Hey everyone, it's Nate with Missing Link Network, and I'm coming to you from our Reno headquarters. And I am so excited to be talking to Paul Garrison with Lil Will's Learning Company. And he was in Reno, Nevada, but now he is in Torrance, California. Hey Paul, what's going on?
Doing well, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. So glad to talk to you today. So, you and I chatted quite a bit about Lil Will and how you got there, but I'd like you to share that with everyone. What brought you to becoming, doing Lil Will's Learning Company?
Well, my background is in education. I was a teacher for 17 years in public schools, and when I made the decision to finally step away from the classroom, I'd always wanted to run my own business, and it just naturally led to my experiences to be combined with that mission, and that was the formation of the Lil Will Learning Company. The reason why it's called Lil Will, when I was a classroom teacher, I had run an after-school Shakespeare program, and so we did plays every year and full productions, but I had a little plushy doll of William Shakespeare in the classroom, and I called him Lil Will, and the joke was that he was the smartest student in the classroom. He hadn't missed a question in years. And so when I had the idea to start the company, I just said, that would actually be a good mascot, or at least a figure for the company and the company name. So that's where that comes from.
Nice. Is that him in the background?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice. Hey, well, so tell, what do you do over at Lil Will?
We deal with the question from parents who are dealing with, they know their kid is smart, they know their kid's intelligent, but for some reason that they can't fully explain, their kid is struggling in school, or there's tears involved with homework, and they know it's like, no, my child is perfectly capable. So what we help parents get is clarity by identifying what specific components or skills they may have a gap in terms of reading, writing, and math. So it's not that kids are incapable, it's not that kids are lazy and all that, but there's probably some foundational skill that was never fully developed, never fully made fluent or mastered. And the problem is that compounds year after year after year, and it might show up around late elementary school, early middle school, and suddenly that student who may have compensated with their intelligence and their verbal skills suddenly struggling in school. So we help parents identify what it is that their child may have a gap in, and addressing it right away so that those foundational skills get rebuilt, and hopefully those tears go away.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really great. What a great mission, and so needed, I feel, with education these days. I feel like so many kids who are smart kids just get left behind because they didn't get those foundational building blocks that you're talking about. And it's wonderful that you figured out a system to help those kids. So what brought you to Missing Link Network? Tell me, how did you find us anyways? I'm never really sure. Was it our first meeting that you heard about it, or?
It was basically. So to explain to the audience here, Nate and I had connected, I want to say through Alignable.
Yep.
And so that was when I first met you, and that's when I was still a young green entrepreneur and trying to figure this whole thing out, and we just kind of exchanged ideas back and forth.
Dude, that was like 8 months ago, by the way.
Yeah. But then from there, it led to then going to some of the Third Tuesday networking events, and then kind of joining a hub from there and going on a weekly basis. So that was my foray into the Missing Link Network, and then connecting with a lot of other business professionals, honestly picking their brains and seeing what works for them, what ticks, what other markets kind of look like, and what they're dealing with. I think that's been really insightful for me.
Yeah. I think that's probably my favorite thing about what we do is that, that collaboration piece, that kind of like you've got this board of directors that you're meeting with every week who are there to help you, and you can kind of be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this idea, or I'm struggling with this, or what do you think about that? And that piece of it, the referrals are great, but the building that, that trust and that kind of vulnerability and openness with this group of people, you know, that you're meeting with week after week after week. It's just, to me, that's where the most value is in what we do. You know, what are you doing for fun these days? You got, tell us a little bit about you. I think you have some kids, and
No, kids are it's a work in progress, but
oh, okay, all right, well, that's the fun part.
So right now, honestly, it depends on who finds this fun, but we always take our dogs to go on hikes and walks around here in Torrance now, but at the same time, I've been doing a lot of stuff with the gym. It's kind of, I guess, CrossFit-esque, but for those who don't know, it was just Memorial Day this past Monday, and there's a workout that most people in the CrossFit community do called Murph. It's a 1 mile run followed by 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then once you finish those, then you finish it with another mile run. And to me, that was fun.
That's not fun, by the way. We do have some mental health people in our hubs that I can refer you to. But you can do. Did you say 200 pull-ups or 100 pull-ups?
100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats.
Holy cow! Like all at once? You can do 100 pull-ups all in one?
So from what my understanding was, if you were to do it as it should be done, you would do it in that order. So 100 pull-ups, followed by 200 push-ups, followed by 300 squats. But I partitioned it. So my strategy was 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 squats, breathe. Yeah. Repeat 19 more times.
Nice. You're getting there. That's awesome. Good for you. That's incredible. So anything I missed? Anything else that you want to share with our group?
You know, I think another thing that I was thinking of while we were explaining the advantages of the hubs, especially for me who was new into business, it was a chance for me. I mean, this might sound selfish, but almost like to soundboard. I was like, hey, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm thinking of doing. Here's what I'm currently saying or doing or messaging and all that. And I would just kind of gauge, like, did that resonate? Is that something that they go, oh, really? Like, did it pique their interest, or did it fall flat? And I think that's also helpful as well. Like, is the stuff I'm making or saying or messaging, is it resonating right now with just this group right here? Right. And I think that was helpful.
Yeah. And that's not selfish at all, because everyone should be doing that. It's one of the things that I think that our hubs, they're groups of people getting together, helping each other. They should all be doing that. All be soundboarding off of each other, because there's such a cross section of people in these hubs. Age groups, professions, backgrounds, experiences. That you gain that insight, and you're absolutely right. I think it's awesome. That's a really good point. So tell us, where can we find Lil Will Learning Company?
Well, the main website is lilwillco.com. And we're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We do have a free guide to parents. So for parents who aren't sure, like, well, where would I even start to identify the components they're missing? We do have a free guide on the website as well. And yeah, come check us out.
Very good. And so we'll put your email and contact information as a overlay at the end of the video. But what's your email?
info@lilwillco.com.
All right. Paul Garrison from Lil Will Learning Company. And thanks, Mr. Shakespeare, for hanging out. I hope I did all right by you, sir. And thanks, Paul.
Awesome. Thanks, Nate.